Unfortunately, today our world is more divided than ever. Trade wars, tech rivalries, climate disasters, and most importantly, artificial intelligence racing ahead while global institutions struggle to keep up. So, here is the real question: who is going to fix this broken system? Who is actually talking about reforming global governance instead of just complaining about it? Well, China just did. In September, during the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit, Beijing unveiled a major framework called the Global Governance Initiative or GGI. And now, as we reach the end of October, the world is still unpacking what this really means and why it might just be one of the most important geopolitical developments of the year. And the timing could not be more crucial as we are living in an era of unprecedented transformation. Geopolitical rivalries are deepening, economic globalization is fracturing, and institutions born after World War II are losing both legitimacy and effectiveness. For climate change to cybersecurity, AI regulation, and pandemic preparedness, our problems do not recognize borders. Yet, the old governance system still does, and that is exactly why it is failing. China's global governance initiative steps in with a different approach, not by rejecting the international system, but by reimagining it. Beijing's message is clear. If the current order can no longer meet global needs, then reform is not optional. It is urgent. And let me tell you, at the heart of the Global Governance Initiative are five key principles, and they are worth remembering. First, sovereign equality. Every state, big or small, deserves an equal voice. Second, respect for international law, not its selective use. Third, true multilateralism, rejecting bloc politics and Cold War mentalities. Four, a people centered approach where governance serves humanity, not power. Last but not the least, practical cooperation focused on real results, not empty promises. Together, these principles forms China's roadmap for a fairer, more inclusive and more stable world order. And what makes this initiative stand out is that it does not seek to dismantle existing institutions like the UN. It seeks to revive them, to make them reflect today's multipolar reality instead of the power politics of 1945. China's view is simple. The world has changed, so the rules of governance must also evolve. But let's be honest, this is not just policy talk, it is deeply philosophical. The Global Governance Initiative is inspired by ancient Chinese ideas like Hihi culture, harmony through diversity, and pursuing the common good for all. It echoes the five principles of peaceful coexistence, which shaped China's diplomacy decades ago and now reborn for the globalized 21st century. It is a vision that sees cooperation, not competition, as the foundation of stability. And the question is, why does that matter? Because the Western dominated system, rooted in the post war order and shaped by the unipolar era, is losing relevance. It no longer reflects the voice of the global south, nor does it meet the collective needs of developing nations. While the Global Governance Initiative aims to change that, to give developing countries a real say in global decision making, and to ensure that governance reflects diversity, not dominance. And while the West still clings to its old alliances and military blocs, China is putting development and cooperation back at the center of global politics. Its philosophy is pragmatic. Without development, there can be no peace. Without shared prosperity, stability will always be temporary. And of course, transforming global governance won't happen overnight. This is not a revolution, it is an evolution. China knows that real change takes time, dialogue, and practical experimentation. But step by step, the Global Governance Initiative could become the framework that guides how nations cooperate in this new century. So when we reflect on what came out of September summit, one thing is clear. China is no longer just participating in the global system. It is offering a blueprint to rebuild it. A blueprint for a world not defined by power blocks or rival ideologies, but by fairness, cooperation, and shared progress. And the question now is not whether China can lead this transformation. It is whether the rest of the world is ready to join it.